My children's father had passed away, and I didn't understand life insurance. That's how I got into life insurance next. So then I found myself on a journey trying to help people and help them read the policy so they wouldn't have to go through what me and my kids went through by not being financially stable and not ready.
So you joined their team, you entrusted them, you gave them access to all of this personal information, and they used it inappropriately.
It was a lot of wounds
Absolutely.
Before I got wise.
Okay.
And I also found the mentorship. So I was in a mentorship program where someone helped me how to really develop a business the right way. And
So you offer notary, life insurance, tax services. How do you balance the three? Welcome back to the Let's Evolve for Tomorrow podcast. I'm your host, Tyrone, and we help aspiring new and existing entrepreneurs excel to the next level by inviting other aspiring new and existing entrepreneurs to the podcast to give knowledge and information on how to get to the next level. So right now we have another special guest with us. She's actually right here in the building with me. I've seen her quite a few times. We never really had a chance to chat. Yesterday, I worked up the courage to go to her office to see if she would be willing to be a guest on the podcast. She quickly accepted. I'm super excited. Her name is Lyneque Mills with Driven with Purpose, correct?
yes.
She's been in business for 2 years. However, she has 10 plus years of experience in business development, notary, life insurance, and other services as well. I don't want to steal all the shine, as I say always, because of course it's about you guys learning and it's about the guests. She's here to teach you. She's here to talk about her challenges and her experiences. So Lyneque, I'm gonna kick it over to you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm great.
Okay.
First of all, I'm excited to have you here. In this building, you see people walking around all the time. You never know what they do. So I appreciate you just being accepting the conversation with open arms and willing to tell me exactly what you do, and in such a short notice, hop on the podcast as a guest. So thank you.
Thank you.
So Lyneque, let's talk about, first of all, the services you offer. So let's talk about that. Give us some background and history.
Okay, well, I worked at a community action agency where we helped a lot of people financially, provided food and assistance, shelter, workforce development, and helped them with the utility bills. I was there for a while. As I worked there, I seen things that could be better, and I always said I was going to strive to make sure when I start off on my own that if I knew better, I could do better. And I knew a lot of wrongs, so I wanted to make it right.
Okay.
My children's father had passed away, and I didn't understand life insurance. That's how I got into life insurance next. Because, there's different policies from on your job and off your job. So I was pursuing for someone to educate me on that, because I know he's been working at a place for years, and then he passed away, and we had one on the job and off the job, and it didn't pay out. I got introduced to a gentleman who introduced me to Primerica.
Okay.
And they was willing to answer all my questions.
Gotcha.
So then I found myself on a journey trying to help people and help them read the policy so they wouldn't have to go through what me and my kids went through by not being financially stable and not ready. And so they showed me how to build a foundation from the ground up and how to educate people. So I've been on a pursuit trying to do that as well.
That's an amazing story. You always wonder when you see people become entrepreneurs exactly what drove them to start their business, and to hear that something, unfortunate as that happened, but that you took that hurt and turned it into passion to help other people, which is good, because you're right. A lot of people really don't know about life insurance and how it works, and how, you actually need that to prepare for those situations, because you never know when that's going to hit your family or anybody in your family. So no, that's good. So we're going to lift spirits a little bit.
Yes.
And let's talk about,
Yes.
so you've been in business for 2 years. Your first year, how many clients did you service?
My first year was 168.
168, your first year in business.
First year in business. And that was business with combining life insurance and the financial aspect as well, which is taxes.
Okay.
And then teaching people how to really read a FNA, knowing their financial number. And, are you stocking correctly? Are you placing money correctly? Are you building correctly? Because I was hurt there too.
Okay. You said FNA.
It's a financial needs analysis.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to know your number. Like, what's your retirement number? What's your goal? Are you saving towards taking care of yourself, or are you hurting yourself?
Okay. All right. So that was first year, 160. Then the second year.
Which will be,
last year, 23.
Yes. And that went up to 300 and something.
Wow.
And also adding partners with me because I couldn't fulfill all those clients successfully by myself.
Okay. So when you say partners, are you saying that there are other owners of the business?
They're owners of their own business. So I asked them to partner with me, and I also strategically ask people because not only you got to be driven with purpose, you got to bless somebody.
Absolutely.
So I have someone that does traveling. So when a lot of clients sign up with us or participate in anything, we give out vacation and trips. I have someone where we do business development, which is startups. Now we present them with their cards, a logo, T-shirt. So I have someone there. Then I have another young lady. She's uniquely empowered. So she wants to turn from coming off of Section 8, really doing the financial aspects and building credit. So.
Okay. So that's what you mean by partnering with other entities. So it's like they have their own separate businesses, but you come together with one common goal.
One common goal, just to bless somebody.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So let's talk about some of the key challenges and how you overcame them when you first started. Because a lot of people, they think that entrepreneurship is this pretty thing, right? Because a lot of people talk about the glitz and the glamour of entrepreneurship, but they never talk about how they struggled in the beginning, how they transitioned from their full-time job to entrepreneurship. And when they made that transition, did it look pretty when they made the transition? So how did you make your transition, and did you experience any challenges?
Yes, I experienced a lot of challenges.
Okay.
Actually, when I added the tax portion of my business, I partnered with someone who knew how to fix numbers and create numbers that you didn't understand. So I was broken. I got hurt in the tax industry. So I'm turning my wounds into wisdom. And with doing so, I had to invest a lot of money. So you don't get a lot of money when you're starting up a business. You really have to blood, sweat, and tears, like working 24 hours a day to meet the goal. So it was a lot of wounds before I got wise. Okay. And I also found the mentorship. So I was in a mentorship program where someone helped me how to really develop a business the right way and not hurt nobody. Like, it's not all about getting the money from an individual. It's about really making them financially successful, not you hurting them in the process. So I had to learn a lot of that, which made me take off on my own.
Gotcha. Okay, so what was the very first service you offered when you started your business?
Life insurance.
Life insurance. Okay. Was that with the company that you worked for, or that was independently?
That was independently, because Primerica looked for independent workers, so you work on your own.
Gotcha.
So I was working with the Community Action Agency, and I did some travel and nursing, but I was on a pursuit to find people with the life insurance. I even quit my job because that's how much I was trying to be out here talking to people, and it really was successful.
So what type of plan did you put in place to leave your full-time job and go full-time self-employment entrepreneurship?
Well, you have to really financially plan, which is not easy. You know, you got to have discipline. So, I'm a woman of faith. So I believe if you give God 10, he'll protect your 90. So I was giving that and also saving. And then I stepped out on faith. Like, I didn't even know. Like, there was pretty times like I didn't know how I was going to meet rent, and then I stepped out. And when I do something, I don't believe in doing it halfway. So I got a building, couldn't pay for it, but I'm like, it's going to get paid for. So I was really fighting out here, finding people to partner with me that seen the same vision. And God has really been blessing me in that process.
Okay. So what if you don't mind me asking, what happened to the first building? Did you?
The first building, actually, it just went under.
Okay.
Like, we couldn't renew the lease. That's why I'm here. Like, and nothing personally happened financially.
Gotcha.
It's just that they remodeling that area, and they asked us to, they gave us a time. They gave us a good time frame, and that's how I end up being in this building here, which is a blessing, though.
Gotcha. Okay, so you kind of took the path of failures and setbacks, right? So the last 2 years you've been in business, it sounds like it's been very successful. What's some of those, or that one failure that stands out in your mind that you think about to say, man, I can remember this one time where I failed? And I think you mentioned one. You said that, I can't remember what it was. You were talking about in the tax game, right? There was somebody that you trusted and they hurt you because, I guess, can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Well, I wasn't knowledgeable, right?
Okay.
I only knew the life insurance part, credit repair, and then it's not an easy transition, So I was trusting that someone was showing me the right thing without even doing education myself. So you get hurt by listening to somebody without investigating or taking the education classes that you needed. So when I start educating myself, this individual started getting upset. And so all those clients that I was getting myself, she actually took them.
Wow.
I didn't get paid for them. So a lot of things that I was trying to build got taken from me because I was up under someone who wasn't right.
Okay.
And I trusted them. So, a lot of people in the tax world, these tax people are just popping up out all over the place. But you better get financially stable, one, and get really educated, because taxes is just not just, I learned from a couple people and I'm about to do the taxes. No, there's really laws. There's really things you have to follow. If you can't get them high, you can't get them. If you're going to really get someone the maximum, you got to get it back legally. You cannot be trying to up someone's taxes, even though they sit in front of you and say, oh, yeah, I understand. You like, this credit, you don't deserve this.
Right.
And they say, okay, do that, and it's okay. And then when it's not okay, it comes back to you.
So how would you suggest that someone safeguard themselves, right? So let's just say there's someone else, right? We'll say, what I like to say all the time is the little Lyneque out there who wants to get into providing tax services. What would you suggest that she does, or anyone? What do you suggest they do to make sure that doesn't happen to them? Because I know you said educate yourself, make sure that you're savvy when it comes to taxes so they can't be taken advantage of. What would you recommend?
School.
Okay.
And that's something else I'll be offering to a tax academy.
Okay.
I think you should go to school and really learn about what is effective for that client. Sometimes it ain't basic 1040. It ain't basic Schedule C. There's other forms that you need on top of those forms to really help somebody.
Okay.
And maximizing deductions properly. Don't try to maximize it so much where this person ain't got income, so then when I want to buy a house, you can't even afford it because you just told them you don't have no income just because you're trying to get all this money back. So I really think that you should go to like a tax program before you even do taxes. Someone who's going to at least hold your hand for the first 25 or more files to make sure you understand that you know what you're doing with someone's life, really, because you don't want them to be audited or yourself.
So the person that unfortunately took advantage of you, was it business related, or did they make a mistake on your taxes and didn't correct it? What was that situation like, if you could talk about it?
Okay, so it was not business related. I can say it was personal.
Okay. So I'm assuming this person was filing your taxes for you?
They filed my taxes and also asked me to join their tax service.
Okay.
In the process of joining someone's tax service, they can know your personal information. So you sitting across from someone can be filing taxes, but you're not there.
Okay.
But it's your problem though when it comes to the IRS, because now you got to correct it, prove things, and so that's why you got to really know who you're giving your information to.
So you joined their team, you entrusted them, you gave them access to all of this personal information, and they used it inappropriately. So you're saying, okay, hey, go to school, make sure that you have a background or education in taxes, so when you're sitting across from someone that's telling you something, you know exact what's right and what's wrong.
Know the software that you're using, knowing what you putting into the software, knowing who has access to the software and who doesn't.
Right.
You know, change your passcodes frequently.
Okay.
Don't save passcodes to your computer, because if you ever leave it unlocked accidentally or not, you got to have a lot of software protection.
Okay. I was going to ask you something else. Right now, last year, 2023, right? We're still at the beginning, quarter one of 2024. So you doubled your clientele in 2023. And that number, it sounds good. Obviously, there's revenue coming in. But as a successful entrepreneur and continuously growing, what type of setbacks do you experience?
Non-payment.
Okay.
About all those clients, you don't get paid. You do a lot of stuff for free. For one, you don't trust. I mean, you supposed to trust that they give you the right information. So even if they get back a couple $1,000s, but they owe child support $20, you don't get your fee, and they didn't get no fee, but they didn't tell you that up front, because you should pay fees up front. When you owe like student loans or someone's garnishing your wages, a lot of people are not honest. So I have a lot of setbacks for a lot of people not being honest. So you doing all this service for free to dishonest people, which is, you got to change your market.
Gotcha.
So if I can say any setbacks that I had, was being in the wrong market.
Okay. So have you ever considered collecting the fees up front before you even provide the service?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I just, but yeah, it's called a CPA charge. You know, it's a program that I learned through my mentorship about getting your fees up front. But a lot of people don't have the money up front. So then you trust that they're saying and doing the right thing. But this time I'm trying to be more adamant, but not. You still keep relationship with people. You know, I am direct, but some people don't like directness. But you're not for everybody. I had to tell somebody, I'm just probably not for you. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just setting boundaries. A lot of people don't like when you set boundaries in business. Whether you're a family, a friend, or a new individual, your boundaries should be the same. And I really think we veer from that, you know, like just because you're my brother or you my friend for years, I'm not doing this for free. I didn't start this business for free.
Right. That's true. So you're a full-time entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And you've been a full-time entrepreneur for 2 years. And you don't work any other jobs, no. Part-time or full-time job. Wow. Okay, so obviously without getting into like your personal finances.
That's fine.
What type of plan did you set for yourself to step away? Like, was it okay, I know I want to start, I'm going to just throw an example. So I know I want to start my business in 2022 or 2021. So 2 years prior to that, 2019, every paycheck, I'm going to put aside
something,
$50 or whatever the case is, because I know that I need to have this amount of money to make that exit. And how did you come up with that dollar amount?
I didn't. I winged it.
Okay.
I'm just going to be, I winged it.
Okay.
And I also left, I said before, on faith. Like, I'm like, okay, Lord, I had about, maybe say, 10,000 or more saved. Right?
Right.
That's not a lot of money. Right?
Right.
But in your mind, and I ended up getting married as well.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, so God, what is going on? He got sick. So I'm thinking I'm safe because I have a partner now, my husband. He's going to take care. Now I could go out here, go fight, win. He gets sick. So his income leave.
Right.
And so now the money that I had saved and I done took off, I done have a building. I have to cover bills extra bills that I didn't even have. So you really have to have discipline. Like, we can't be going out to eat. I can't be taking all these trips and vacations. And you really have to have discipline, because there's plenty times where I didn't even know how I was going to make rent.
Right. Wow.
You know, so you can't really put a dollar on it, but I would tell someone that you have to have some discipline.
Absolutely.
Because when you have a plan, God have a different one, you know, for you. And then so I felt myself at the end of actually last year, I'm like, Lord, am I supposed to be doing this or not? Because my faith get tested a lot. You know I have purpose. I know I got the drive. But sometimes income and the support. But you got to keep faith anyway.
Absolutely.
Because you know your vision, don't nobody else. You know your prayers, you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you don't give up whether you have support or not, or finances. You know, you just have to figure it out. So I've been really figuring it out, and that's was one of my main things about partnering with people. I had to partner with people because they got to help. And they understood. They went in openly, understanding the finances. I'm not trying to play nobody. I showed them software. I show you what I'm really getting, what you really getting. And I think by having open communications, people be willing to partner with me. And it's been a blessing.
Wow. So just a quick recap, just to make sure I heard you correctly. So you save $10,000 to go full-time entrepreneur. You take the leap of faith because you're like, I'm good. I got this money saved. My husband's working. I have his income. He gets sick.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you have to, okay, well, this money that was set aside, we still have to live, still have medical bills, still have to tend to him. So you're concerned, you're worried about that. So you're like, okay, hey, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I guess you can say your vision is tested, your faith is tested, and you're like, am I really supposed to be here? Am I really supposed to be doing this? Why did you give me this vision of entrepreneurship? And you're like, okay, you got a message that it was given to you for a reason, so you push through all of that. And that's what I mean by those stories, right? Like, there are a lot of entrepreneurs out here that may think it'll be easy, or even if you can prepare, you can plan as much as possible, but there's always something that'll sneak up on you that you don't plan for, and you have to know how to pivot from there.
Yes, and that was the word for me. Pivot. I said, what is pivot? You got to learn some things. You got to learn. I don't know how to pivot. I don't know how to pivot, but you have to learn how to pivot. Absolutely. Because everything don't go according to plan.
That's true.
Everything does not go according.
Give us a success story.
Success story.
Yeah.
So, with my business, in the middle of all the chaos, I have really gained good relationships.
Okay.
I have had someone bless me to pay up for my office.
Wow.
I have had...
You can send that person my way.
Right. I have had someone do that. I have had strong faith. In the midst of doing all of that, I still gave back.
Right.
Even though when you don't have it. And I think that God sends. And he really has sent people to me. That's how I have to stay the course. I will just bless someone every time I can and stay the course. So a lot of success. I have had someone built the website for me. I paid for it half price. And then I have had someone make things for my business that I ain't have to. Someone bought my desk.
Wow.
So that's how I know I'm meant to be here. And I'm going to keep coming, keep
Absolutely.
serving people, keep adding people, educate people. And I think that's what's making me successful right now. To know that I have my own software and I can see the income, really pay people effectively. And I'm on the other side of the business instead of being just a worker. Now I know the owner part. And And so I'm really grateful for that, and pretty soon I'm going to have people on the payroll. That's my goal.
Okay.
Because I can't be the receptionist, the owner, the worker, the everything right now, like a serial entrepreneur in your head. But I'm ready to decrease some of these responsibilities.
That's true. So let me ask you this. How do you balance? So you offer notary, life insurance, tax services. How do you balance the three?
I schedule it.
Okay.
Like today is notary client, so I need to work on just notary.
Okay.
Today is taxes. I'm going to work on taxes. Today will be life insurance and seeing where you at financially. Because you got to get the right amount for yourself. Don't be trying to get this big old policy for this income that may not never happen. So that's where the financial needs analysis come into play.
Okay.
So I do that, and then I take time to myself. You have to have a day for I'm not doing nothing for nobody but me.
So let's talk about that. I'm glad you said that. That's a great segue into how do you balance that time?
How do you balance it?
Yeah, so you have your personal time. You have your business. You have your husband. You have kids.
Yes, they're older. Thank goodness. I have a bonus son. He's 8.
Okay.
And he comes with us.
Okay.
When he can, because he's living in another state. He live in another state, so we pray to get him on holidays and weekends and summer and maybe one day full time.
Okay.
And then we have grandkids.
So how do you balance all of that, right? And this is a question I ask all the time because everybody's situation is different. Everybody prioritizes things differently. So how do you prioritize that?
Yeah, I have to have a calendar.
Okay.
I have to. The calendar, I got to see it when I walk in. I see it when I wake up. I got to see it on my phone.
Right.
Because you have to. And then I have also took a healthy living class where they says you, for 24 hours, called a Sabbath. You don't do nothing for 24 hours. So if you got to pick what, in the Sabbath, somebody could say a Sunday because they go to church or whatever. No. God, even God took a time to rest. You pick your rest day. So if I say I'm going to rest start Thursday at 6 and I'm going to end Friday at 6. Don't nobody ask me nothing. Don't nobody say nothing to me. Phone off. It's over with.
Okay.
Because that's my 24 hours I blocked out for me. To reset.
Exactly.
You have to reset. Because there was a time I wasn't. And my husband like, you just running yourself. What'd he say? Both ends of the candle or so. I said, what are you talking about? You can't.
Burning the candle for both ends?
There you go.
Yeah.
I said, what are you talking about? He's like, you're going to pass out. I said, okay. So I had to learn healthy boundaries and to take time out for myself because I wasn't at first.
Okay. All right. So that's the time for you, right? The 6 to 6 or whatever that 24-hour time frame. So in that 24 hours, do you still find time for your husband, for your bonus son?
That's me.
Just you.
Just me.
Okay. So how do you prioritize everyone else?
You tell them, don't book me. Don't ask me nothing.
Right.
This is me.
Okay.
You're me. It can't be me and you.
Right.
Me helping my son do something, my daughter or my grandkids, because that means I ain't rest.
That's true.
That means I'm still working. Right? Me and him can't even talk about work. We can't talk about movies. I don't want to talk about nothing. It's me.
Okay.
I have to do it. And I just learned it. And it's really working. Sometimes it'd be like, oh, no, I'm not taking it serious. I am taking it personal. Personally, I think I need this.
Wow.
And since I found it, it's it.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to stop complaining at home because my wife has this power hour. And all she asks for is an hour, not to be bothered. So I'm like, okay, I need to be grateful and thankful for that.
Yes,
for that
let
1 hour.
her get her hour.
Yeah.
You don't got nothing to say.
Nothing.
Nothing. Give me an hour.
Right.
Them is called block schedules.
Yes, absolutely.
So, block schedules. So I'm blocking out the world for this hour. Just give me that. But sometimes you need a day. Now, you ain't got to, I'm not saying be a Jackie the whole day.
Right.
You still might conversate, but don't ask me to do anything.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, like I'm not taking nobody to school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing nothing. That's the 24 hours. I mean, I still exist in the 24 hours,
Right.
but not with a task.
Gotcha. All right. So that's the time for you.
Yes.
How do you balance in everyone else when you're so busy with your business?
That is a challenge,
Okay.
actually. So I have to have, that's where block schedules come in. Like so Tuesdays and Thursdays is my long days.
Okay.
So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I cut them short. So my husband gets off at 5 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we do classes together.
Okay.
We go to like this couples class where different married people, we share ideas and we talk.
Nice.
And then he demands his time. This is new for me.
Right.
We got married in 22, but I
Okay.
like that because clearly I've been dating people who allow me to do what I want to do.
Right. Congratulations.
Right. He be like, oh, no, ma'am.
Right.
You got to sit down. I need my time. I want to hang out.
Right.
So that's healthy.
Absolutely.
That's healthy. So he helps me create healthy boundaries too. He be like,
Okay.
hey, we're going to check on the kids. I have dinner with my kids. I'm really involved outside of work. That's why I have to have that 24 hours because I'm involved.
Okay.
About 5 days a week. I'm involved.
Right. Right. Okay.
So
let's talk about exits.
okay.
I feel like, and I think this kind of like it runs alongside of life insurance, right? Just thinking about exit strategy, right? How do we as entrepreneurs plan for the exit strategy? Because of course, when we work for a corporation, to a degree, things are already in place, right? You have your 401k, you have your stock, your stock options if you decide to invest in stock, and whatever other investment vehicles that you decide to invest in. But as an entrepreneur, what retirement vehicles should we invest in to prepare if we don't have those investment vehicles right now?
I think as entrepreneurs, and this personally, we should move our businesses to an irrevocable trust.
Okay.
That's just me. Save in a trust, build interest, generational wealth. Like, have your kids or set rules that they're going to live off the interest while you put money in. Because this business that I have now, my kids or grandkids may not want to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's
right?
true. Right.
So when you pass away, it's like you have to leave them legacy, leave them something, but their vision ain't yours.
That's true.
And I have seen it with my grandparents. So with me, I'm trying to do better. Like, okay, even though this is not what you want to do, I'm going to show you how to do it. Because my daughter works with me as well.
Okay.
Because you might not want to, but if something happened to me, even temporarily, I'm going to need you to step in.
Absolutely.
And then I think by putting it in a trust and saving our money in a trust and living off the interest will help me exit. Because if I'm building it enough and I'm getting enough money a month or years off of interest, I can be able to leave without even them wanting to continue on working my business.
Okay. So with that plan, right, and living off the interest, do you have like a set dollar amount that you try to invest every year? So let's just say hypothetically your exit age, right, is 55. Do you have a set dollar amount that you put aside every month to say, okay, I'm calculating using my FNA, right, that I'm putting, for the sake of numbers, $2,000 into this trust every month. So that'll be $24,000 a year. So by the time I hit 55, I have that number. Is that what you do?
Yes. So
Okay.
you gotta know with Primerica also. I really liked him. You know, you get a trust for 3%, 6%, or 12%.
Okay.
You should probably get a stock or a mutual fund at 12%.
Okay.
And the more you put in, the more that money is growing for you.
Okay.
You know, but you got to know which percent you want it to grow at. You want to do this little bit for 3, a little bit for 6, or we going to shoot for 12. I would want my money at 12%.
Okay.
Where if doing my FNA, I need to probably put about 8 or 9 a month to really get out on the right time.
8 or 900 or 1,000?
100.
Okay.
But if I do thousands, I can get out really sooner.
Okay.
But I'm not there yet.
Right.
But one day I will be.
Okay.
And I have a good exit number. I want to live comfortably.
Right.
Paying myself
Exactly.
$10,000 a month.
Okay.
I might not even use it.
Right.
I don't even want to have all those bills.
Okay.
It's just comfortably, can I build something to get $10,000 a month
Absolutely.
and still be okay without touching the principle of it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's really my goal. And sometimes it's a hard one.
Okay. Well, no, but that's good because it gives other entrepreneurs an idea of how to save for their future. Because sometimes, unfortunately, you make this money running into tax issues because you think that everything that you gross goes in your pocket, and it really doesn't, because you still got to pay the government. Then thinking about, okay, you're still working and you're making good money, but then now you're 55, 60 years old and you're like, okay, yeah, I still have to work, as opposed to what you said, putting that money to a side and living off the interest. So I think that's good.
You have to. You have to. Also, with the taxes,
Mm-hmm.
as an entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
you could pay quarterly so you can get money back instead of having to owe them at the end of the year. So you just got to pick an amount or have a financial advisor, tax planner show you amount. So if you was negative X amount of dollars at the end of the year, say 6, we're going to divide that into 12 months, right? You're going to pay those taxes quarterly to the federal. Then they going to mail, then you're going to get that back. That's doing your tax smarter and not harder, So now I ain't really worried about owing you anything because I know prior last year, I was in the hole X amount of dollars. So you can pay them back quarterly. Also, a lot of people don't pay attention to your tax forms because it's printed out at the end. So all them 65 pages at the end, it got some taxation papers I need people to pay attention to as entrepreneurs. It tells you to mail out them money and mail out those statements. A lot of people ignore them. But if you do, you will get more money back because you're paying in advance.
Right. As opposed to like penalties and interest.
Yes, penalty and interest. You can avoid those.
Absolutely.
By paying them up front. I know a lot of people. And then also a lot of people don't want to pay their federal. I need them to go out there and change their W-2s immediately or W-4 forms. Because that box right there is going to say you're going to owe them because it's 0. So a lot of things that I'm coming into this year being a tax professional here is you got all your money claiming 10 people or whatever you're doing. That's a lie. And then... It's a lie, okay? You don't got all them dependents. But and then you come in and there's 0 federal. You owe, and you're not even an entrepreneur. You should not really be in the hole, and you are a worker.
Right, exactly.
So I really would like to educate people probably around July on either one of my social media sites. We're going to fill out this form correctly. At least at the middle of the year, beginning, go ahead. But towards that end, you need to switch it up and really pay into federal taxes or you're going to have to owe.
But you know what? That's a great idea. I mean, as far as those 45, 60-second clips or putting something out on YouTube.
Yes, that's
to
important.
Teach people. Yeah, because a lot of people don't know that. And unfortunately, some people are keeping that information close to the vest, and then they don't find out until they get that letter that they owe. Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, there's enough money for everybody. There's billions of people in the world. Even if it's 10,000 people want to just do taxes, just do them smart.
Right.
Just do them correctly. Offer something free.
Exactly.
You don't always have to get something to give something. So that's why I did partner with ladies. We're giving you something for free. Like right now, we offering free vacations. You want to go to Vegas? You want to go to a resort? Just referral program or just coming to us. We give those away. All you gotta do is pay the taxes on it. Because that's why I just bless people and partner with the right people. I want to give you something for free. I can do a financial need analysis for free. You don't have to go to the bank. You just sit across my desk. Let me just help you out a little bit. It's up to you to go forward to fix your credit. It's up to you to move forward to get life insurance. It's up to you to move forward with anything. But I want to bless you, and let you know that I'm here to help.
Hold on, wait a minute. So, wait, free vacations?
It's free.
And
all you got to do is
just
pay the taxes. Yeah.
What's the catch?
To pay the taxes.
That's it.
That's it. It's been happening. Because I thought that too. When I said, honey. What's it? What is this? I'm paying a bulk for these vacations. What is it? So, actually, I had to do it myself first because I'm not going to give nobody nothing I ain't did myself first.
Exactly.
So, we have food vouchers for the certain people where you can get $500 in restaurant coupons or $500 in groceries. So, I had paid $12, right? So, you pay $12 of the taxes, then they mailed me all the coupons. Like 100 off of this. And no, that's the first one. Second one is the Vegas. 3 days, 2 nights. It's not a lot. You book it online. You had to pay like $25. They give you a code. Bam, you staying at this hotel. But you got to get your own flight. Now, that ain't free.
Okay.
You got to get your own flight.
Gotcha.
We got the flights is what it costs.
Okay.
Then you got a resort thing is 8 days and 7 nights. That's if you refer 10 or more people.
Okay.
That ain't just free.
Gotcha.
Okay? But you're referring 10 or more people, so you can book a resort and you pay the fees and you tell them when you want to go and you just go. And these are really real because me and my partner already did that.
Okay. All right. So you two are truly out here blessing people.
Yes.
And of course, there's a little bit of a fine line language there, but at the end of the day, it's worth it.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about technology, right? So a lot of the services that you offer, you're doing a lot of this stuff online. You have to use software for the taxes and other stuff. So how do you stay up to date on all of the trends in terms of the software, anything that changes from a tax law perspective, any of the nuances when it comes to insurance and notary? How do you stay up to date on that stuff?
You go to the IRS website for updates. Also, the IRS partner with it's a National Association for Tax Professionals, and there's a tax form where they get in the laws for you. You go to like conferences.
Okay.
And then when you go to these conferences, you get your name relevant. They email you new laws. They email you new software updates. They say which one's credible, which one's not. And that's for taxes. So you just got to make sure you're in the right lane to get the right information directly from the IRS. And you would get all the updates and what software is right and what software is not. For the life insurance, you do have to get on the website as well. The insurance site.
Okay.
They tell you who's credible, who's not, who you should work for, who's not. There's a lot of whole life term. It's all these things that people debate about. I just say get one that's suitable for you. Get educated with the life insurance. And also, you should interview your agents, whether it's a tax professional and whether it's a life insurance professional. I think that you should be interviewed as well. Like, I don't want people to just come to me, you know, like, let me give you a little bit of background. Maybe you want to look at some of my credentials on the wall before you say yes, because I don't want to just bless everybody either, because I don't know you, you know. So it's okay if you interview entrepreneurs, you know, and there's a lot of us. So I say I stay up to date by going to the source who gave me those certificates and who gave me, you know, the credentials. I stay up to date with them.
So that's what you do for your continuing education. So you go back to those sites and look what new information, newsletters, courses and stuff they're putting out there to stay current.
And so to catch with that, because there's some people who say, join me and I'll get you those courses. Okay. Get them offline yourself.
Because they're free.
No,
They're
they ain't free. You know,
okay.
the government ain't nothing. I'm so sorry. I'm not about to sit up there. Ain't nothing free.
Okay.
But however, it costs a little less,
Uh-huh.
and it's credible.
Okay.
Okay, these people getting credit to teach people,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but that's just them. They're building, and giving you a little certification certificate, and not nothing that has like the authority behind it.
Gotcha.
You got to watch that part.
Okay. That makes sense. So you said you have kids, and I always try to understand the perspective of every parent. Well, parent of, I guess I could say an entrepreneur that has kids. I'll just put it that way. So in their mind, they look at us as entrepreneurs and think, oh, well, you're making all of this money, all this cash flow coming in. They may feel entitled. Mom, can I have? Can you buy me? Can you do? Can I borrow? How do you continue to parent them without allowing them to feel entitled or feeling like they could just come to you and ask you for whatever and they're supposed to just get it?
Yeah.
How do you stay away from that?
Now, you have to have discipline there too.
Okay.
Right. And you have to teach them how money works.
Mm-hmm.
Money don't just grow on trees. Like, I'm not just balling just because I get it every day or every other day. I really think that you should educate them the value of the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Like with my kids, I mean, going to school, I don't think that this is personal, that people should get money. Like, you get an A, you get money. You get a B, you get money. No, I think that is something required.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids, if they were here, they would tell you, like, required. But you do the beyond the mile. That's how you get beyond what you're supposed to be doing, and that's how you get rewarded.
Right.
Like, I need you to go to school and do that, but you stay up on your chores and you stay up on things like that. I'm gonna reward you because I know going to school is hard, like going to work is hard. But and then I don't want to clean up after myself either half the time, and I don't think that they should clean up after me all the time either. So you have to have boundaries, and you have to teach them the value of a dollar. Like, yes, I went to work for this, not to pass it out.
Exactly.
But you got to show them that you ain't got a bad spending habit, because it's unfair for them to see you coming in the house. They shouldn't even know what you're making.
Right.
They shouldn't be knowing what you're doing. You got to teach them balance.
Okay.
Like, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Yes, you see stuff going on, but you can't be flashy.
Exactly.
You gotta have balance with your kids. Like, okay, yeah, I can buy you those because you need it, or I'm buying you everything because you want it and I got it. I'm not buying you everything because you want it and I got it.
Exactly.
Like, you either going to get rewarded or it's going to be a need.
Right.
And it's not being mean either, because it's just having discipline. But if you start out like that, it's okay. I found myself in a situation where I had to correct some things when their father passed away, because I felt like I was overcompensating. Like, we wasn't even doing that when he was alive, but when he passed away, they couldn't even blink wrong, right? I want to give them every shoe. I want to give them everything in the world. I'm working 2 jobs, one in the entrepreneur lane and then the other one in a full-time job. And then I'm making sure they in every sports and activity, but I'm passing out. I got anxiety. I'm crying in the car, and you not taking care of your health because you overcompensating for kids. So I had to go through some more therapy, counseling, get some boundaries and balance. And I said, oh no, I would rather for y'all to be mad than y'all to put me in the grave early, because I done passed out by doing all these things to make sure you okay, and I ain't take care of myself.
That's good. That's solid. Wow. And that's exactly why, it's good to get those different perspectives from different people, because it's situational. Your situation is not my situation, and the next person. No, so that's good. So do me a favor. Talk to the little Lyneque out there, the aspiring entrepreneur that's ready to take that leap of faith like you did, and give her some advice.
Surround yourself with good people. Have boundaries. And have work-life balance. Educate yourself. Don't let no one swindle you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you make sure you know that you know that you know you want to be an entrepreneur. You can take the leap of faith, but let it not just be influenced by other people. Do it because you're really called to do it and you have a purpose to do it, not just because you're seeing everybody else do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's perfect. One other question. Were you an entrepreneur before you got married, or?
Yes.
Okay, so before.
But I was not fully one. That's
Gotcha.
that 2 jobs, you know, like I'm an entrepreneur and I work.
Right.
So I have to let something go.
Okay. So what was that conversation like with your husband when you told him, I'm ready to go full time?
He said, it was really good though. He was like, I got your back. That's what I got your back. Go. I'm gonna be working. Build your business. I know you got me. When you because he is an entrepreneur and worker himself.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's trying to transition as well.
Okay.
But he was like, you go out there, I got you. So, you know, when I transition, you got me. And I like that. You know, like he wasn't selfish. You know, they're like, well, I want to do this too. Like, why you get to go out? You know, I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why it's good to have good support system.
Exactly.
It's just that he got sick in the process. So we had to have a backup plan for the backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly. Okay. So, and that's great to have that support system. That's good. You know, again, that helps a lot of people. It doesn't matter if you're married, not married, in a relationship or whatever, is having that support for sure. So give us some closing words. Yeah, actually, before closing words, how can people contact you? So obviously you have a lot of services and a lot of knowledge that people can take care of. I mean, that people can take advantage of. How can they contact you?
Well, you can call me or email me, and my email is info@jbuservices.com.
Okay.
Our phone number is 855-528-7378.
Okay.
Okay. We use a lot of job forms
Okay.
as a service, so you can book an appointment. If you email me, I will probably send you a job form, and that's our appointment calendar and link, and it tells me what you need, whether notary, taxes, or whatever, and that's how I book my appointments.
Gotcha. Okay. What's your social media handle? The name of your Instagram?
Okay. Dripping with Purpose.
Okay.
I just went, okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so yeah.
Driven
Driven with Purpose. And that's also info@Driven with Purpose too.
Gotcha.
Without the H.
Okay.
So it's like driven without the H, purpose.
Gotcha.
And that's where my social media is.
Okay. Well, give us some closing words.
Okay, to all the entrepreneurs out there. Okay. Keep your faith and surround yourself with good people, good circle. All the people who's telling you probably can't, you probably can. They're probably more hindering you than helping you. So you should hang around people who's probably educated and is doing better than you, so they can help better you, and then you can reap the benefits of it. And I just ask people to just keep their faith and stay the course, even when it's not easy. You know, and get rid of distractions. A lot of us have distractions, whether it's your cell phone, you watching how everybody else build a business, and you ain't got off your butt and build your own.
Exactly.
I need you to stay off of social media, build your own, get in your own lane, and build your business.
Okay. Well, I can't close it any better than that. If you're looking for any notary services, life insurance, tax preparation services, Driven with Purpose is who you want to go to. They're actually located here in the building. We'll put all of the information down in the description notes. And we want to thank you for joining the Let's Evolve for Tomorrow podcast, where we help aspiring new and existing entrepreneurs excel to the next level by inviting other aspiring new and existing entrepreneurs to the podcast to give knowledge and information on how to get to the next level. And we'll see you next time.